Nathan casts a glance at Carrie on the blanket beside him, drinking in the beautiful peaks and troughs of her fine body, which are erotically highlighted under the glowing moon. They have now returned to the dunes. Her face is calm, blissful, content, eyes closed. She might very well be asleep. He smiles contentment to himself, kissing her on the forehead as he leans into her once more. She entwines an arm around him and pulls his mouth upon her own, and once again they kiss. "You are amazing," Nathan states in what is almost a whisper, not wishing to disturb the silence, running his fingertips down the centre of her body to her abdomen, which responds with a flutter of nerves. A smile breaks out on her face, and she looks lovingly into his eyes, with feelings returned, kissing him delicately on the nose. "I love you," she replies softly, sincerely, without a doubt in her voice, or eyes or body. A feeling of exhilaration engulfs Nathan, as if he can forget all his troubles, as if problems don't exist, as if nothing else matters more than this moment with Carrie, the most beautiful, loving, passionate woman he has ever met. Why has it taken all these years to meet a woman who lifts his spirits in such a way? He tries to pinpoint an appropriate feeling, an emotion that has been triggered within his soul, but he cannot. Nathan only knows the euphoria he is feeling at the moment. He realises deep down that much of his state of being is caused by the passion they have just shared. But he knows that the realities which he shall face tomorrow will be met by a new Nathan. Carrie pulls his mouth onto her own once more, her eyes moist, filling with tears of joy and something else which Nathan cannot read. She playfully traces a line down his side with her fingertips, but stopping suddenly, parting her mouth from his, eyes wide, frightened and alert. "What was that?" she whispers. Nathan strains his ears, trying to take in all the sounds around them to pinpoint what Carrie has heard that has made her alert. The light rustling of the grass atop the dune of sand. An owl hoots across the field, and the sound of movement on the footpath almost directly below their location. Nathan cranes his head over Carrie's body. She too looks into the half-light. A figure becomes visible. A shadowy movement passes against the moonlight shrubbery. Nathan and Carrie flatten themselves further against their blanket, aware of a second person approaching the first on the path below, but from the opposite end. Their only exit point to Carrie's car, parked along a narrow road running beside Waxham Church, hopefully out of sight from the two mysterious figures. Two voices, their sentences broken in the air, yet faint words, are able to reach the two lovers. It's a male and female voice. "Probably someone with the same idea as us," Nathan whispers as quietly as he possibly can. He tries to suppress a laugh which would definitely give them away, and hoping their naked bodies aren't as visible in the moonlight as they appear to him. "Organisation and planning, months, killing." The female voice, deep, ascends the dunes, more broken than a man's because she is facing away from the listening, concealing ears above. "Thursday," she finishes. Silence is followed by the shuffling of feet. Nathan looks over Carrie's breasts to the silhouettes below. He can see a rucksack hauled from the female's shoulder. A mobile phone alights, illuminating the male companion. Somewhat eerily, Nathan observes typing as it is carried out before the phone is discharged. "It's done." The man, his voice crisp, precise and deep, can be heard clearly. "They'll collect in half an hour." The woman looks around and up, causing Nathan to quickly bob down, holding his breath, certain the woman must have seen him, and wondering what is happening on Thursday that should provoke a secret midnight meeting like this. The man is departing the same way along the footpath by which he arrived, and, after a moment's pause, the woman departs too. Neither of them carries the rucksack, for all Nathan can tell. From the conversation, Nathan realises he and Carrie have 30 minutes to leave before someone presumably retrieves the rucksack, which is all very mysterious. "They left a rucksack or something," Nathan announces in a hushed breath and faces Carrie once more, eyes searching her own, the pulse in her arm beating rapidly against his chest. "We have to go. I think someone else is showing up soon. Who do you suppose they were? Asks Carrie, anxious eyes full and wide, still sensual to Nathan in the darkness of the shadow which he casts from above her as he stands. Nathan shrugs his shoulders. Dunno, but they are obviously up to no good, with something important taking place on Thursday. He looks down the sloping dune to the shadowy footpath where not a creature stirs. I wonder what's in the rucksack. Let's find out, shall we? Suggests Carrie excitedly, getting carried away in the moment as she too stands. It might be filled with money. Finding their clothing scattered around the blanket, they dress rapidly, grinning at each other from time to time, sharing a kiss, caught up in the euphoria of their love, the adrenaline and heart-racing excitement of this wonderful evening. Carrie takes hold of Nathan's hand and squeezes it tightly for reassurance and safety as they make their way down the dune, towards the narrow pathway which twists through the coarse grass. When they set foot upon the uneven footpath, they stand stock still, with night-adjusted vision searching both directions for any movement, but there is none. The rucksack is faintly visible under the light of the moon behind a gorse bush, black and threatening, yet intriguing all the same. What if it's a gun inside? Nathan suggests. What if the person who was contacted by phone is an assassin and the gun is to be used is inside the rucksack? You've seen too many movies, Carrie berates jokingly, cuddling him excitedly, almost childlike. If it's for an assassination, there will be the payoff inside and probably the plan. How much are we talking? If he's any good, mustn't be sexist these days. The assassin could be female, Nathan interrupts. If he or she is any good, continues Carrie, there's going to be at least $1 million in there. An owl promptly hoots somewhere not far off and makes them both jump. Heart beating furiously, Nathan reaches for the half-concealed rucksack, testing its weight before lifting it from out of the gorse. Apart from the rustling of its fabric, the rucksack makes no other sound to indicate its contents. Best we don't hang around, Nathan states, taking her hand once more firmly, never wanting to let her go, and they walk as quietly as possible along the footpath to the tree-lined driveway leading to the main entrance to Waxham Beach. Her car is parked a short way up on the verge, along the walls of the church, where shadows twist and conceal, but there is no movement to spook them. They climb into the front seats of her car, the rucksack on his lap. This is ridiculous, Nathan laughs nervously. I should put this back. They sit in silence, looking into each other's eyes as the cogs of thought whir. The possibility of a large sum of money being inside the rucksack is a huge temptation for them both, because what they can do with it in these times of austerity is beyond belief. Carrie thinks hard about the possible consequences of their actions, but those thoughts eventually outweigh the desire to be released from the burden of financial worries. Do the right thing and have a clear conscience, or continue on this course of action which could take it home with you, Carrie said, after making her final decision. Then take it to the police in the morning. Okay, Nathan nods in agreement. That is, unless I change my mind. He kisses her once more on the lips before she twists the key in ignition.